Hello you! It's Sunday night, it's Audio who, we're back here again with the usual crew. And tonight we're here to talk brass tacks over the Black Hole, Fraser Hines, Deborah Watling, and of course narrated by David Warner himself, guest starring Rufus Hound as the monk. What do you think about it? We're about to find out. Before we get to that, let's get to the second time round, Phil, for Tottenham. How are we doing, mate?
Good evening, Graham. Good to see you.
There you go. I know it's about repetitive, maybe make it look good, and you know, a wee bit professional. Joining us all the way from NYC is Mr. Will Nadina. How are you doing, Will?
Hey now, this is the first time for me now.
There you go. First time for everything. We've got a 2-for-1 deal tonight, folks, in Massachusetts. It's Susan and Alex. How are you doing, guys?
Great. Good.
Good to have you. It's the fun from down under. How are those on a Monday morning? AJ, how's the coffee, man?
Hey guys, how are you? All good here.
Indeed, there we go. And down in the bowels of hell, dispensing his usual tobacco of justice, it's Texas Tim Wells. Tim, how are we doing, man?
The coffee is great.
There you go. Kind of be a big cup of Java. So yeah, guys, the Black Hole. We have a story here that leads us into the two doctors in part 2. Go figure. We have the monk back in the guise of Rufus Hound. We find out what happened to Victoria subsequently, while they two are off swanning it off in Salou with Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. And we have the old intergendery swap of Constable Pablo, and I'm sure the message boards are going, how dare you big finish use a Moffatism again. But tough shit. I enjoyed this. What did you think? Opening thoughts regarding this story. All right, Phil, can I get your opening thoughts, please, on the Black Hole? Fraser Hines, Deborah Watling, narrated by David Warner.
I like this story to a certain extent. I'm glad you explained about the Parbo thing, because that kind of always throws me off, because I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. And now you told me, now you just explained to me that Parbo was once a female, and then she rejected.
Other way about.
Sorry?
She was once a man.
Male and female. Yeah.
And then she went female. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So, but the story itself, it's an interesting thing, because it kind of touches on the fact that the Doctor's on the run from these people, and he happens to land on a place where certain aspects of Time Lordness is involved. And it's slightly complicated, but I do like the bit how it segues into the two Doctors, where Jamie and the Doctor and Jamie shoots
you
off.
can say what the fuck you want. It's my cars, I don't care.
Doctor and Jamie fucks off to station whatever to deal with the Suntarans and this story. So I like that bit. But the only negative thing I have about the whole story is Victoria. I do wish they got someone else to do her character, because dear old Deborah Warren, bless her heart, her voice is too old to carry that character off anymore.
People get old, Phil. Not everybody can, you know.
But it's very distracting. It's very distracting.
Let the poor old dear get a paycheck, you miserable son of a bitch. Seriously.
But
all right.
Yeah, and also Rufus Hound's monk. Was this his first outing as a monk? I think it was.
Second
outing.
Hang on, it technically is, but I don't know if as was the case with what's her name? Where am I getting that feedback from? Hang on. As with the
Doctor?
Yeah. I don't know if he was playing a different incarnation, like the Rani, what's her point? You know, it was the same actress, but it was technically meant to be two different.
Okay. But basically what I'm saying is I did like him in this, and he's very, very cunning and very, very clever, and the fact that he's got a computer console TARDIS like the Mark did have, that's a nice little callback. And overall it's a good story. It's slightly complicated for me in some sense, but it's okay. I enjoy it.
Well, not to worry, there was a lot of running slowly down alleyways and shit. Well, to get to the TARDIS when the slow motion thing was happening, Phil, but
yeah,
these must. All right, AJ, what were the thoughts of you on this one, mate? The Black Hole.
Hi there. Yeah, I didn't mind the episode. I like the story of the Doctor and the two companions landing just after the Ice Warriors incident, where the TARDIS lands right way up this time, apparently. So it's good to know that the Doctor can still fly correctly sometimes. I like the whole idea with the black hole, you know, where they both exist and don't exist at the same time, like Schrodinger's cat, which is a really cool idea. They didn't mention that, which I should have done in the story.
How dare they?
Exactly. Bastards. Also, they also get the science wrong behind the idea of a black hole. I mean, the Doctor and Jamie trapped inside of it, they would have been crushed to nothingness and just scattered.
Suspend your disbelief just a wee bit, man. It is fiction. I mean...
Well, what they were describing mainly was more of a wormhole than a black hole. Because a black hole is a three-dimensional object, whereas a wormhole is supposed to be a ripping fabric of space and time. But overall, it was still a really brilliant story. I like the idea of an invading army and the monk, yet again, screwing around with time and space to make a profit, which is not really uncommon for him, apparently. And the Doctor and Jamie having to wait around 10 days before their past selves leave, before their present selves can arrive and say, hello, we're here to fix you.
Yeah. We've been to Saloon, we're back. Good stuff. Timbo, how's this one for you? What do you reckon? Opening thoughts?
It's very good. I'd forgotten that it was narrated by Warner, and I'd forgotten that they included the bit about the, Jamie and the Doctor running off to meet Sixie and Perry with the Sontarans, which is a very clever way of putting that in there and answering that question for good. Where did they come from?
Yeah. Just a side note. See all you fans out there, stick your season 6B right up your jacksie.
But it's very clever. It's very timey-wimey in the sense that like they just mentioned where they have to wait around and how the lady they meet in the first episode already knows them and they don't know her yet. So it's very cleverly constructed story. It's very entertaining too because like has been mentioned, Rufus Allen is excellent as the monk, and you don't even realize that that's who it's supposed to be till the end of episode 2. Which is very, I think we all knew going into it that that's who he was going to play, but I mean it would have been so much better if you didn't know that going into it. But it was a fun story. I think it's interesting that once again though it has to end with a bit of a mind wipe because Jamie can't really know about the Time Lords and the War Games, and this is before that. So I mean, he has to go to that blind, and so they in other words, everybody has to forget like they do a lot of times now. So, but it's good.
Excellent. Alex, opening thoughts for you?
Yeah, I did like the story, not as much as I thought. The Vicky character, it is distracting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, she does need a paycheck. Maybe they should have changed her character a little bit. They did do a good job of transitioning. They did do a good job of bringing back the meddling monk. I just wasn't that much of a fan of the story. The characters I did like, though, so it's very strange in a way when I see a movie or a TV show or a story, and I like the characters, but I don't like the plot or other things, but I still liked it.
All right, Sue, you get the mic. What do you reckon? What are the thoughts?
Yeah, thanks, Alex, and thanks, Graham. I think it was really sort of intricate how they wove the timelines together, and I also thought like it was really brilliant how they would use the black hole accretion slow down time thing as a plot device, which was interesting. I disagree that it really was a black hole because they talk about being inside of a singularity instead of being inside of a void space or a rift. So the singularity is where everything is compressed to the size of nothing. It's a limit approaching zero. And so when they discuss that and putting the TARDIS there and putting the characters into that point, that's really insinuating that it is an actual black hole. And I loved I disagree with you guys. I love Deborah Watling's portrayal of Victoria. She was
Said we didn't like it. It was just Alex.
No. All right. Well, there wasn't.
And Philip. Sorry, Philip.
It wasn't distracting. It was delightful. And I liked how they led to Dastari or whatever his name is, and it was terrific. So yeah, that's
right.
my bit.
Cool. Well, you're up, mate. What do you reckon? Come the thoughts.
Oh, it's not a bad story, especially seeing that the monk came in and faced with the second doctor, considering in the timeline the first doctor met the monk twice on TV. I don't know if I forgot if it done on audio. You have to look it up. But it was interesting that the monk had to use a ring for the doctor doesn't detect that who he was yet until like chapter 3. And was the weird thing was the way when you're hearing it and the second chapter ends, it sounded like that this character Flail was working with the monk. Until we get into the third, and then we find out about the little timey-wimey thing that the doctor right earlier. That was pretty funny. Good that they were able to solve it without letting that become part of the plot. They were just there a little early, so they didn't interfere with nothing that much. Well, then again, the second doctor liked to interfere. So, so that's pretty good. Now again, I got to give one thing I like, and that was David Warner narrating part of the story like that.
I agree.
And what stood out real good is that he himself was not he was not a character in the story. So some of us got a little bit confused when we hear one of the actors narrating and doing a portrayal in audio. So we get confused, like either he's talking or narrating like that. So in reality, whenever they do any other audios like this that need a little bit of narration, I would nominate David Warner to do it, but he speaks very well. And he since he's very connected with the director of this story like that, they get along great together. So that would be no problem. So so I would say if you're going to use narration, have David Warner in it, but not as a character, just as a narrator. So that would solve a lot of confusion in other audios like that. As for the
director was
Lisa Bowerman. I know we know the little joke about them, so that's why I said that. As a little bit, some people are getting a little bit disgruntled about Victoria's voice not sounding the way she did on TV. I would say this: you have to get used to it because she's not a young lady anymore. Now, either you have to. My solution is either you suck it up and deal with it because that's the actress the way she is now, or I don't think Bigfoot is going to do it. They're going to have to use another actress to narrate her that's younger, but keep the original actress there as another character. But again, I don't think I cannot see them doing it. But they'd be wasting more money doing that, and that'd be disrespecting Deborah Wally. So
disrespect. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, like Graham said, when you listen to an audio, you're suspending your disbelief. So yeah, a lot of these actors don't sound like they did 50 years ago. But at the end of the day, you owe them the respect of enjoying what they're doing anyway. I mean, well, unless they suck. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can't blame somebody for sounding a bit older. And some of the actors are able to pull it off, and some are not. And you just got to give them props for trying. I mean, I wouldn't say it takes you out of the experience at all. She does.
No. If any of us who listen to the audio notice it, that when Deborah Wally is in the story, you notice her character is not being used a lot. She's not. If you time the minutes between, Victoria, Jamie, and the doctor, that you only hear a shorter time than the other two. So that's their way of trying to solve that. But
you're right. But I mean, the writer says in the extras that they wrote her out of episode 3 to give her some time in between because of what happens to her character. In other words, there has to be a bit of recovery while the doctor and Jamie are out doing that business with 60. So it all adds up. But my point is that it's unfair to be ageist to someone who's gotten older when these are the original actors playing the original parts, and we should be grateful for that rather than complaining. Because none of them sound the same.
I concur with that. Unless they shuffle off the mortal coil, you're not going to get a recast job. So, and it'll be some time after that. So.
You know what's weird? What stood out to me was Commander Flair, because Commander Flair was played by Janet Dibley.
Ironically, related to Peter Barloff. Go figure.
And the way she solved that little thing, Victoria and Jamie not remembering about the time and that, it reminded me so much of the Master, the way he hypnotizes somebody. And I was like, geez, that'd be weird. This character is related to the Master in some form or some way. But remember, this is way early in the Doctor's history, so we don't know.
All Time Lords can do that.
I know.
Well, all Time Lords can do that.
I know they can do that, but the way she was saying it, the way she talks, she sounded like, you know, I was like, geez, remind me so much of Roger Delgado, the way he first appeared like that.
Yeah, and it also reminds me of those fake soldier people in the war game when they were hypnotizing people not to remember certain things. So that was a nice little.
All right. Cool.
It's not a bad story, but I got the funny feeling later on we're gonna find that alien race that came in to the black
thief.
hole,
Yeah.
the thief that just want to eat people up.
Mm.
Maybe I wouldn't be surprised we see them return again.
You want to feast. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, there was a lot of death in this story. For people just, you know, teddy bears gone missing and, jeez, what the hell. Ah, well. And for me, yeah, it's a decent outing. It's, you know, the way this type of tale set up, you've got the narration and the full cast audio with a nice blend. David Warner, bang up job. Fraser Hines is always on cue, filling in for Pat Troughton, and you know, Jamie's Jamie. He didn't skip a beat there. Deborah Watling, yep, she's older, but she's still Victoria. Suck it up, fools. And Rufus Hound, great as a monk, you know. And we also get him back with Paul McGann and Doom Coalition a little later down the road as well. Coincidentally, the name I was thinking earlier, where it was the same actress with the ran it, Kate O'Mara, of course. I had a brain fart earlier, so go me. Right, any events or characters that stand out for you in this one, folks? Alex, anything stand out?
Yeah, David Warner's narration was very good. I did like the meddling monk. Like I said, for some reason, I didn't like the story. I like the cast of characters better than I like the story.
All right, fair dues. So, pass the mic. Get up.
Okay. I enjoyed the singularity story, and I like the bit where the monk has you know, is doing the TARDIS shuffle with the Doctor's TARDIS, and that was really interesting. You know how they pulled that off, and then I was really actually afraid of what was going on in his TARDIS when it caught fire like that. So that's my bit.
He was trying to burn Pablo alive, basically. Go figure.
Yep, and Parvo was cool too. I like the introduction of another time lady. She was a Time Lord, time lady.
No genderization there. All right, Phil, what's the it for you in this one, man?
You know what? Because it was a bit of a twisty turn.
You can see it.
I couldn't really pick out anything that stood out for me in a way. I can't really say what was, you know, a standout moment.
All right.
Because I was concentrating so much trying to piece it together in my head as it was playing around. There was nothing really that stood out.
Yeah, let's explain the bumps on his head.
One too many ginger ales last night, Phil. Yeah. AJ, anything standard for you, mate?
I'm just quickly checking my notes. Sorry. I like the part where Victoria is holding down someone in the beginning of the story, and it turns out holding down Parvo because of the convulsions, and it sounds like that maybe Parvo is regenerating, but instead she's fading away. That's what I got when I first.
That was Victoria.
Yeah, that's what I said, Victoria. It sounded like she was witnessing a regeneration, but instead I thought she was. It turns she was fading away, which I thought was weird because of the effect of the black hole.
Yeah.
Also, I like how they explained why the second Doctor's TARDIS looks different for the Two Doctors episode. Explained that it's synchronized with Gallifrey and it modernized back to the correct setting and all that, which is cool. So yeah, I thought that was a good wink and a nod too.
I knew we know where they got the randomizer thing that was and started the Two Doctors as well. You know,
the Statenheim control.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, well, what's it for you in this one, man?
Well, of course, the second Doctor and Jamie, you know, you see how well they work together, especially checking around the computers and all that, where they found Pablo's body, and then was able to later on find the monk's TARDIS, you know, and use the remote to go in there. So that was pretty smart. And of course, Victoria stood up when she was recovering from that illness. you see her at least instead of like wasting time, she was studying, but she never experienced, seen or heard of a black hole before, considering she's from a different era. So she studied on it, and then that's how she realized that it was that it's not a normal black hole. And that's how come the monk had a hold a prisoner like that at the end of the chapter 2. And what's pretty cool, of course, of Commander Flail. After the second chapter, how much better her character is because she was in on it with the doctor, couldn't reveal it when he was first there.
Yeah.
And then after the paradoxes, and then how at the end she was able to erase the memories of Victoria and Jamie. I would like to see this character return again because even though she let the doctor know, it'd be funny if she's doing another investigation either with the monk or maybe the Ronnie like that, because we don't know how many years or she did a time law, so she could travel different eras. I would like to see what happens if she faced either the same doctor or another doctor. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah,
The doctor won't remember her though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will. His memory's not erased.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No,
At
only
those events.
Victoria and Jamie memories erased, but not the doctors.
Right.
I could have sworn when he got back in, he didn't know what was going on. So, but that could just be the second doctor. You know how he is. He's shifty.
Yeah. With that Beetle mop haircut.
I agree with Tim. I thought his mind was erased as well. Because remember, before she left, she said she was starting to say something to him, and the next thing he's in the TARDIS. So I assumed she wiped his mind. And then,
Yeah, because they wake up there. They're inside the TARDIS. They're like, what were you saying? That kind of thing.
Jamie keeps interrupting me or something, wasn't it? Was that the line? Or,
yeah.
Well, either way, I'm sure we just missed that if that's the case, but
All right, I gotta stand corrected. His memory is erased too. I used to look it up.
all right, there you go.
All right, stand
Well.
corrected.
Well, there goes that theory. Yeah. Tim, that'd be a minute.
As usual, I mean, it's very well produced. I mean, the music is very 60s. It sounds like you're listening to a 60s television program, which is what it's supposed to sound like, which is really good. And then you got Hines doing double duty again. I think that's why they brought in a different narrator for the first time and only time so far in these stories.
They're always mentioned. Yeah.
It's because you already have one actor doing two parts.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't work in the way it usually does, where usually they alternate between Jamie and Zoe narrating or whatever if it's a Series 6 story.
Yeah.
And so it was really a treat to have Warner in there doing it.
It was, yeah. Done a bang-up job. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great story. I think it's really good. It's one of those ones that you really have to listen to it twice to understand all the behind the it's doing what, when, and all that stuff. And But another thing, the addition of Rufus Howland as the monk, they should keep him around. He's very good. And I was really impressed when he turned up in the last 8th Doctor box set as well.
Yeah.
He does a great job as such a shifty character.
Yeah, he's a snidey boy. Oh, he was Sam Swift not that long ago as well. Go figure. Yeah. And with regards to myself, I'll agree with Tim. The sound score in this is great. The cast for the whole thing, bang up, has been randomly mentioned so far. I found it funny when Flail showed up in the library to pick Victoria back up in chapter 4, and she's trying to stack all these books so she can climb out of the library. Yeah, oh, good luck. You'll need 302 books to reach the balcony. It's a bit You're like, really? Fuck, man. You know. But no, yeah, that was decent. Dialogue good as ever, and I just love how it synchronises a lot of things. You've got the lead into the two doctors. You've got the explanation where the randomizer came from. You know, it fills in a lot of plot holes as Big Finish tend to do. So top notch and high praise all around, kids. Open portion of the cast, guy. Anything else you want to bring up before we get it rated and in the can?
Well, with all the complaints about Deborah Watling's voice, yeah, I'm really surprised that they haven't done what they did with the Nissa character and pick her up later at a later date when she's older. She does sound like an old woman, but it would be against her character because remember she originally left the doctor because she just couldn't take it anymore. she kind of adopted a family adopted her because she just couldn't hang. Remember, she just like, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
After in the underwater menace.
Yeah,
I just remember that scene when she came off the boat with Pertwee. And
Thank you.
Who was that horrible woman? You're like, really? Pertwee's like, come on, move it, bitch, follow me. Yeah, you know.
You mean in Dimensions in Time?
That's the one. Yeah.
I like the callback of the what do you call it? The remote second-hand remote controller thing.
Where did you get one of those? I've always wanted one of those. Yeah.
So that was a good little use of that as well in the story.
Yep. So
I'm shocked that what you call the Stanton remote hasn't been used in TV. I mean, has it been used?
That explains it. The second Doctor has it with him in the two Doctors, but then he gives it back when he goes back to this story. So it didn't remain with him. In other words.
Yeah.
Colin Baker's going, what did you get that? I've always wondered what some of us have earned, these little privileges. You know,
yeah, wasn't that taken over by River Song and the 10th Doctor snapping his fingers, so he didn't need the remote anymore?
Well, that's to open the door. The Stanton remote can control the TARDIS better than the way the Doctor does it. So
dual control, wasn't it? Oh well, there you go. Maybe Timothy Dalton did a photo of that back in the day. Well, and obviously you had the resolution with the monk at the end, where he's just blowing away back to the Oz or whatever out his door and into the other dimension, the one with the black hole. So I'll be interested to see if he turns up again. Well, he obviously does with Paul McGann, but in that context, in the swinging 60s. What the hell? Put him with Trailer. Let's see one with Pertwee.
I would like to see that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there you go. Put him with Buddy Tim.
They did in that short range book, a short trip story.
Oh shit! Which one was that? The one that you read that long ago, wasn't it?
Didn't he do two of them? Phil?
The Blame Game. Yeah, he did two. He did two. I can't remember what the other one was, but I know the John Pertwee one was the Blame Game.
The Blame Game, yeah. With
Liz Shaw, and Liz Shaw gets to ride in amongst TARDIS.
Ooh, thank God you finished that sentence. Liz Shaw gets a ride in an episode I don't remember. Right, guys. We done?
Yeah.
I guess it's that time again.
For Graham's Rangers team to get slapped in the face for that great loss yesterday.
I was hoping somebody wouldn't bring that up, man. The alcohol's no more off, yeah.
Better than the
At that point, I wish I was in a fucking black hole, let me tell you.
Yeah. Did you get the gift that you wanted, Graham?
What gift?
The one with the punch, the hook.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah, Ted Beef hooked me up with that. The black hole. The Early Adventures, season number 2, story number 3. Fraser Hines, Deborah Watling, Rufus Hound, and narrated by David Warner. All right, Alex, what do you give us out of 10, buddy?
Well, like I said, I like the cast a lot better than the story. So the cast, I would actually give an 8, and the story, I'd actually give a 6. I just didn't like the story.
Well, just say 6 then. Yeah. All right, sir, your turn. Drop the mic. What do you give out of 10?
Every time I drop the mic, I break it. Let's see. How about I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Oakley-dokley.
Good story.
Smashing. All right, Phil. Enlighten us with your regalian. What do you give it?
Because it's set with my favourite Doctor of all time, anyway, and that crew, besides Victoria. It's a good story. It's a bit like, I'm going to have to listen to it again and get my head around it, but I do like how the monk was involved in it. It's one of those stories. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
7. Okay, that's possible. Well done. AJ, what's the view feed down under, mate? Number?
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I like the story. It was a very good wink nod, and all that. I also like the layout and the resolution, and Deborah Watling. I didn't mention anything about her, so here we go. She was very good in this.
Excellent. Good stuff, man. Well, what's the view feed on mate?
Well, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And like I said again, bring back David Warner as a narrator. He does a great job at that.
High praise for David Warner. I concur. and down in the bowels of hell. What's the number for Techie Go, Tim? What are you going for, man?
Well, I'm going to give it a 9.5 because I thought it was very good. And I just would say more, please. More Hound as the Monk and more of these early adventures. They're really good. And it's a different way of telling the story than their usual. So
yeah.
I'm going to give it a, yeah.
Excellent. You hear that, Briggsy? We want more Hound for our pound. Yeah.
Yep.
And for me, I'll give this a solid 8.5 as well. Good outing, nice tale, and more gender swapping, which will no doubt infuriate the people with their flaming fingers of fury on certain websites and forums. Tough shit. So yeah, good stuff all round. And with that, guys, we are done for the evening, and it's just left for us to tell you what we're tackling next week. We're back on the 7 and Quine Gravy Train next week, and the second story of their set. Okay, Philip, Will's got it there. You can't fuck this up. What's it called?
I don't know. You never told me what we were doing. But,
what's Will holding, Phil?
Oh, hang on, I can't see it because my camera.
What is the title? It says it right.
Oh, it's I can't see the title.
Survival
of the Fittest.
There we go. No, we're not going to tackle I Can't See the Title. We're going to tackle Survival of the Fittest, folk. Oh, my God, Phil. Well done. So, yeah. So, Sylvester McCoy and Tracy Childs are back on the Gravy Train next week. We look forward to sitting down and tackling that one. And with that, bada bing, bada boom, we're done for the evening. Please check out all our usual buddies on the wonderful wacky world of the YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls there at Geeks Assembled. You've got Dr. Freedom and his daily news broadcast, his Omega Files, as well as the adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You've got Sue there with TARDIS Boy Radio, Harry with Dr. Who, go read a book, Johnny Blue, Sammy Carter, Mike Sharman, everybody's on that. You know the draw by now. Like, share, subscribe, have a drink, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't really care. Who was your safe?
You gotta care. Cinco de Mayo is coming. You're gonna drink your head off.
Well, to be fair, that's Friday. We'll worry about that when it gets here. So yeah, there we go. Tequila's all round. I'm getting the hell on out of here. We wish you all a safe and prosperous week, and take it easy, kids, and don't overdo it on the Zambruca. Peace and desperados all round. All the best.